In this video, we'll be going over the bottom-up 2D matrix approach of best time to buy and sell stocks 3. So previously in the 3D bottom-up approach, we can see that in each of the iteration, we are only relying on values from the rows I plus 1. This means we can use a 2D matrix to represent our 3D matrix. Let's go over the thought process. So in the 3D bottom-up matrix approach, we are only relying on values from the rows I plus 1. This means we can create a 2D matrix to represent our 3D matrix. Then in each of the iteration, we will be updating the values from the previous iteration. Now let's go over the pseudocode. So we're going to create our 2D matrix max profit, and then the rows will represent states, and then the columns will represent T. And then we're still going to perform our 3 nested for loops to iterate through all the indices, I, the states, and the number of transactions. If state is equal to 0, we're currently in the buy state, so we have two choices. We can pick the larger profit between buying at the current price or selling at the current price. So we need to set the maximum profit of state and I to the larger value between max profit 1 and T, basically saying we're going to our sell state and the number of transactions stay the same. And then since we're buying the current stock, we decrement by the current price, and also the maximum profit, we just skip the current stock. Else we're currently in the sell state, so we want to pick the larger value between selling at the current price or just skipping the current price. So we want to pick the larger profit between, if we want to sell at the current price, then our state turn back to 0, and the number of transactions is decremented by 1, and then we get incremented by the price of the current stock, and also the maximum profit, we skip the current stock. The state stays the same and the number of transactions stays the same. And then we're going to return the maximum profit if our initial state is equal to buy, and the number of transactions we start out with is equal to 2. Now let's go over the time and space complexity. For the time complexity stays the same, but the space complexity is of 2 times 3, which is equal to of 1. This is the max profit matrix. Now let's go over the code. So we're going to create our 2D matrix max profit. We're going to iterate through our 3 parameters, the current index, the states, and the number of transactions. If state is equal to 0, we're currently in buy state. We want to pick the larger value between buying at the current price and also skipping the current price. Else, we want to pick the larger value between selling at the current price and also skipping the current price. Then we can return the maximum profit. We initially start from sell state, and also the number of transactions we have is 2. Let me know if any questions in the comment section below.